Welcome, seeker. It's your immigration Moses, welcoming you to another journey towards your promised land. Here we part the waters of confusion, clear the deserts of misinformation, and guide you through the wilderness of immigration challenges. Together, we'll explore pathways, share inspiring stories, and deliver powerful insights that will illuminate your road ahead. So buckle up, stay hopeful, and let's make your immigration dreams a reality.
Hey guys, welcome to this iteration of the Immigration Moses podcast. I'm your host, as always, your Immigration Moses. Always with you, try to help you navigate this maze that they call the U.S. immigration system. So during the last episode, we talked about a lot of different things, and I asked for questions. So we have a bunch of questions. I'll go through those questions. I know there's a lot of uncertainty right now between the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judiciary. So a lot of the questions that I'll be touching on today stem from that place of fear. I want to be able to give you that comfort, because once you have those answers, as I told you last time, knowledge is power. So I was talking about, you have a right, okay? You have a right to remain silent. They can't force you to talk or utter any statements or make statements. You have a right to remain silent and refuse entry. And I know a lot of times, a lot of immigrants are afraid, because when you see law enforcement in front of your house, you think you don't have a right to prevent them from entering your home. Oh, you have a right to refuse entry. You can tell them, no, I do not authorize you to come in my home. That is your right, protected by the Constitution. If they don't have proper documentation, that's why they need to have a signed judicial warrant granting them authorization to enter your home. If they don't show you a signed judicial warrant allowing them to enter your home, you can refuse entry into your home. It's as simple as that. Let them violate that right. Then your community will stand up. Then the people who advocate for you will stand up to show how your rights are protected and should be protected. So when you're at work, employers generally don't have to allow ICE into private areas of the company without a warrant. But what employer, especially within the current setting, is willing to go against this administration that is so vindictive that the minute they feel slighted, they want to flex their executive might to your detriment. Look at universities that are getting prevented from receiving funding, whose status is even threatened to be changed, simply because they don't want to acquiesce to the whims of the person sitting in the White House as president. It's unfortunate. That's who we elected. That's who this country elected. You know, whether you voted for him or you didn't vote for him, that's who is president. And a lot of the things that he's doing, he talked to us about doing those things, and yet they voted for him. So it's unfortunate that we have to learn lessons like this the hard way, and for people who didn't vote for him to actually be subjected to this challenge and difficulties and just living life makes it truly sad. You know, one of the things that I'll advise you, just make sure you carry like a card, all right? And never open your door unless they can slide a valid court warrant or court order under it. You can say, I do not consent to entry without a warrant. Everybody should be able to say that. I do not consent to entry without a warrant. If they can't show you a warrant, they should not be entering your premises, period. Okay? All right. Now, next question, again about ICE. What should I do if ICE detains me or someone I live with? Yeah. So this is one of those areas that is getting played out a lot in the media today. All right. So a lot of these things would depend on several different factors, right? So it really depends. But some of the possibilities could be, you know, a U.S. citizen or legal resident, right, with proof of his legitimacy. Let's move on to the next question. It says, what should I do if ICE detains me or someone I live with? The first thing, and it's one of those things that I've always reiterated to you, do not sign any document without a lawyer present. And I'll say it again, do not sign any document without a lawyer present. Ask your A number so you can be validated. They are supposed to tell you what your A number is if they plan on arresting you. So ask for your A number and make sure someone outside knows it. Here's another question pertaining to ICE. What should I do if ICE detains me or someone I live with? All right. First, and one of the most essential things you need to know, do not sign any document without your lawyer present. I'll say it again. Do not sign any document without your lawyer present. And I'll read it one more time, just for emphasis. Do not sign any document without your lawyer present. That is your right. Ask for your A number. You know what your A number is, and make sure someone outside knows it. Because you have to validate from that A number, it's you who they're supposed to pick up. So they don't pick up the wrong person just because you look like somebody. So validate your A number. And as always, keep a trusted immigration attorney or accredited representative on your Rolodex. Your Immigration Moses is always there for you. Diaspora Asset Management is always in your corner. And the key tip that I'll give you here is just make sure you keep an emergency plan. That's with everybody, even those who don't go through these. Have an emergency plan. Legal aid, copies, documents in a safe place. Something like this happens, you're not panicking, looking for documents, or someone you trust isn't, encumbered because they're looking and they can't locate your documents. So those are just some keys to be able to provide you with a little bit of comfort when or if you do go through this with the Immigration and Customs Enforcement side of the U.S. immigration system. Another that we got was, I'm undocumented. Is there any path for me to get legal status? Of course, I'll tell you is for this specific aspect, it's challenging, but it depends. There are some possibilities. So you can be married to a U.S. citizen or legal resident with proof of his legitimacy. However, if you came in to the U.S. without being admitted at a port of entry, you have to meet certain other criteria before even your valid marriage to a U.S. citizen can be leveraged for you to be able to get a green card through. And those are all questions and concerns that Diaspora Asset Management, with yours truly, your Immigration Moses, we can help you navigate seamlessly. Also get that through a U visa or T visa if you are a victim of a crime or trafficking. So one avenue for you as well, or you can go through asylum or secure DACA, which is deferred action for childhood arrival, or TPS, which is temporary protective status, if you're eligible. So the key here is just to make sure you get a consultation from an immigration attorney or an accredited representative or nonprofit, or yours truly, Diaspora Asset Management, your Immigration Moses. Don't read on social media rumors or notarios. Be very careful about that because they can guide you in the wrong direction and lead you down a path you may never be able to recover from. Go to a trusted site, go to a trusted organization, and they will help you. Diaspora Asset Management is always ready to help you. Your Immigration Moses, I'm always here for you. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. Remember, as always, this is a journey that we are on together. So if you have any questions, drop them into the comment section. I read those every day. And when we come back to the next episode, I'll answer as many questions as I can answer for that episode, and then we move forward to the next one. If new questions come up, we'll address those as they come along. But understand, always connect with us. Diaspora Asset Management, so DAM, always connect with us for all your immigration needs. We're here to help you. We're here to work for you to make sure that your legal status is not in jeopardy. Thanks for being on this journey with us, and I look forward to us collaborating next time.